All right, welcome back to the Elias Macco Show. Some experts are saying that new French language rules regarding French language proficiency of temporary workers could stop those workers from coming to Quebec. Those rules could make life even more difficult for the province's small businesses. Let's take a look at this more and join Francois Vincent. He's Vice President in Quebec for the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses. Francois, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about the changes that are being looked at. What should our listeners know? What is the government proposing here that could affect small business?
There's a lot of things that the government is looking at regarding immigration right now. There's a consultation regarding the fact to increase the permanent immigration in Quebec. There are also consultation regarding rules to get the residency. But also during that consultation, the minister has said that they were looking and maybe open to put some new constraints regarding French language to temporary foreign workers. And for small businesses and for CFIB, it's really, they can look at it, but they should not implement it.
So, I mean, what's if it's a temporary foreign worker, right? And if they're temporary, I imagine they're going to eventually go back to their home countries. What is the government's worry exactly?
Yeah, but there are worries about the number of temporary foreign workers because it hasn't increased in the past years, and they want to make sure to protect the French language because in Quebec it's the place that French still there in an ocean of English in North America. So the political parties and the minister are reacting in front of that. But you have said it's a temporary foreign workers is going to come and go back. And some of them want to stay. And it is important for government to help to find paths for a temporary foreign workers that is coming for like the last 3 years to be able to get the citizenship. If they want to help them to learn French because they are in a place in Quebec that may have a majority of French, they can help it and maybe put rules around it, but not for when they come at first. When the business owners will use the temporary foreign workers, it's the last resort. They will have increased their salary. They will have increased the region of search for employees. They're going to offer more flexibility. And when they are there, it's because they really need these employees. And if they're working not with the customers, why they should be able to speak French at first? It's a nonsense. And even it's 29% of our business owners in Quebec who said that they have used immigration programs. That if they did not have the temporary foreign workers, it would put their business at risk, and the Quebecers who work for them also to lose their jobs.
Francois, I hate assuming things, but let me assume something. You're a francophone, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so do you at all feel conflicted? Because clearly, I see how this can hurt small businesses, medium-sized businesses, independent business. I see that. At the same time, I know that for the CAQ government, and some people want the CAQ government to go further, right? Think about the PQ, how they've been on this issue. The protection of the French language. Do you ever feel conflicted about what the right way forward here is? Do you have concerns about the French language?
It is normal that the Quebec government will react and do things to protect the French. It is the nature of the province, in the culture of the province. But at the same time, they have to do it right. They have to do it without putting new barriers, new paperwork for small businesses. They have to help newcomers to learn French. A language, you can learn it. 12 years ago, I've been hired to a CFIB, and I was not able to speak one word in English during my interview. But now I can speak English and I can be
Wow.
understood. It is possible to learn a language. So, yes, they can put objective regarding the learning of French of new immigrants if they want to stay permanently, but give them the opportunity to learn it, and by putting new constraints on temporary foreign workers, they're going to go in other provinces, and you're going to put your small businesses more problem to deal with the shortage of labor. And the Quebec is the province where the shortage of labor is the most intense, at the point that 46% of small businesses are saying that if it stay the same or go worse, the shortage of labor, it put their business at risk.
Yeah.
And immigration is one of the solutions that Quebec government has to take.
We're with Francois Vincent from the Canadian Federation of Independent Business. So, Francois, something you just said there about how these foreign workers will go to other provinces. So a big part of this is competition. Huh? It's a big world. These workers could go to a lot of places, and by making it more difficult, you are making Quebec less competitive?
Yeah, because you are putting barriers for your small businesses. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it is important to help new immigrants to learn languages. The first barrier for small businesses when they have hired a new immigrant is the language barriers at 48%. And it's the same barrier that the other businesses in the rest of country are saying. So they do need to help for cohesion of the workplace, for also the integration of the new immigrant. But why put it barriers at the beginning? If you have somebody who will work on a machine to push a button, why ask to be able? It is not logical to ask them to be able to write a submission in French. It is not logical.
And Francois, listen, I think you're speaking to a lot of our listeners who see some of the decisions made and don't think it's logical here. Let me just wrap up this interview by asking you quickly on this. So on the immigration numbers, right? Quebec is looking at two scenarios: keeping the permanent immigration number the same or increasing it to about 60,000. On that end, what are your thoughts on what's being proposed?
We should increase it because we did the study, and to be able to fill 1/5 of the people that going to go in retirement, Quebec government want to use immigration, but to do that, you have 18,000 immigrants that are not going to region. So you do need to increase that. And it's quite something that they have done. They are two options, but they are looking to increase it. But if you don't increase it, you're going to put another problem in because businesses will use more the temporary foreign workers, and it's not sustainable. Also, it costs a lot for businesses, but also it do not give the immigrant the chance to start the new life.
Yeah.
In the country of Canada, one of the best countries in the world.
Francois, amen to that. One of the best countries in the world. Absolutely. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
That's Francois Vincent. He's VP in Quebec here for the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses.